Swati Joshi, time to get you the updates on the biggest developments of the day. Let me first tell you what is the top focus at 5. Well, for the Congress party, it's all in the name. More than the objective of Operation Sindoor or Operation Mahadev, the Congress party is being picky on why the name Operation Mahadev, giving it a religious spin. Next in Deep Dive, we'll talk about the India versus Pakistan scenario in Asia Cup. The entire country is asking, if no trade and talks with Pakistan, then why are we playing cricket? We'll tell you about the arithmetic behind that in Deep Dive, and later in Janata's Stake, we'll talk about the dog menace from NCR to Bengaluru. Is it time for stricter regulations? What do you, the people, think? We'll tell you about that in our last segment. Let's now talk in detail about the political face-off when it comes to Operation Mahadev. Well, the marathon debate in Parliament over Pahalgam terror attack, Operation Sindoor and Operation Mahadev is at its last phase. But the politics around the issue continues. Earlier, the opposition sang the surrender raga, trusting Donald Trump over Indian government and forces, and now they have gone up a notch, raising red flags over the name of the operations. More than the objective, Congress party is interested in the names. Congress leader Prithviraj Chavan is leading the bandwagon. He accused the centre of using Hindu names in military operations to gain religious benefits and polarize the society.
जो भी कहें, देखिए ऑपरेशन के नाम तो धार्मिक आधार पर देने के सिवा उनको कुछ आता नहीं, क्योंकि उनको हर सरकार की जो काम जो भी सरकार करती है उसमें कोई रिलीजियस फंडामेंटलिज्म और हिंदुत्व मिलाना चाहती है। मैं नहीं समझता, मैंने कई सारे दुनिया के लड़ाइयों के बारे में पढ़ा है, मैं कोई इतिहासकार नहीं हूं, लेकिन कहीं भी दूसरे महायुद्ध के दौरान हो या कोई और, कभी भी किसी ने क्रिश्चियन धर्म का किया हो या कि इजरायली करे हो, मैं नहीं समझता। लेकिन हमारे यहाँ हर एक हिंदुत्व की कोई फिगर से दे आर ट्राइंग टू पोलराइज द सिचुएशन कि ये हिंदू वर्सेस मुस्लिम लड़ाई है।
Well, now the BJP has come down heavily on the Congress leader, accusing him of insulting Sena, Sanatan and Shakti of Bharat. Listen in.
अब ऑपरेशन महादेव का विरोध करने के बाद कांग्रेस पार्टी ऑपरेशन महादेव के नाम पर भी आपत्ति कर रही है। जी हां, इमरान मसूद हो, अखिलेश यादव हो, इन लोगों ने ऑपरेशन महादेव के टाइमिंग को लेकर सवाल उठाए। वैसे इन लोगों ने सर्जिकल स्ट्राइक, बालाकोट एयर स्ट्राइक और सिंदूर को भी हमेशा नकारा, छुटपुट फेलियर कहा। अब कांग्रेस पार्टी के वरिष्ठ नेता पृथ्वीराज चव्हाण कहते हैं महादेव नाम रखना ये कम्युनल है, ये पोलराइजिंग है, ये हिंदुत्व है, ये फैनेटिसिज्म है, और ये कोई स्लिप ऑफ टंग नहीं है, ये कोई संयोग नहीं है। ऑपरेशन सिंदूर को भी कम्युनल कहा था उदित राज ने, ऑपरेशन महादेव को भी कम्युनल कह रहे हैं पृथ्वीराज चव्हाण। मतलब सेना का अपमान भी कर रहे हैं कि सेना जो है वो पोलराइज करवाती है नाम रखकर।
And it's not just the Congress party. There are others in the opposition who have a problem with this nomenclature. Now it's Samajwadi Party MP Jaya Bachchan who said, Sindoor to ujad gaya. Then why name the operation Operation Sindoor? Listen in.
मैं आप लोगों को बधाई दूंगी कि आपने ऐसे लेखकों को रखा हुआ है जो बड़े बड़े नाम देते हैं। ये नाम सिंदूर दिया क्यों? सिंदूर तो उजड़ गया लोगों का, जो मारे गए, जिनकी पत्नियां रह गईं।
Well, the BJP has alleged that these statements coming in from the opposition on Operation Sindoor and Mahadev exposes the anti-Hindu stand of these parties. Only yesterday, during the heated Lok Sabha debate, Priyanka Gandhi Vadra read out names of Pahalgam victims when the Treasury bench shouted Hindus to highlight how the innocents were killed because of their religion. Priyanka responded by saying Bharatiya, choosing to ignore the fact it was a crime against one religion.
मैं एक बार उन 25 भारतीयों के नाम इस सदन में पढ़ना चाहती हूं, ताकि यहां बैठे हर सदस्य को यह एहसास हो कि वे भी हमारी तरह इंसान थे, किसी राजनीतिक बिसात के मोहरे नहीं थे। वे भी इस देश के बेटे थे, वे भी इस देश के शहीद हैं। उनके परिजनों के प्रति हम सब की जवाबदेही बनती है, उन्हें सच्चाई जानने का हक है। समीर गुहा भारतीय, बिट्टन अर्जुन अधिकारी, मनीष रंजन, हेमंत सुहास जोशी, विनय नारवाल, सुशील नथनियल, अतुल श्रीकांत मोने, सैयद आदिल हुसैन शाह, मीना जुगवानी, रामचंद्रन, संजय लक्ष्मण लेले,
मानिए प्लीज,
दिनेश अग्रवाल, दिलीप दिल से, कुमार सतपति, JS चंद्रमौली,
आप बोलिए, अब आराम से
JS चंद्रमौली, यतीश परमार, S मधुसूदन राव,
सदस्य नारेबाजी का सदन नहीं है।
All right, let's open this up and go across to our guests. We're joined by Jasmine Sandavalia, spokesperson of the Bharatiya Janata Party. We have Advocate Harsh Dayya, political analyst, and Advocate Umar Junaidi, political analyst as well. Good evening to all of you. Mr. Junaidi, let me begin with you. The BJP has alleged there is a pattern that the Congress party and others in the opposition follow just for vote bank. You will shy away from saying that this crime happened against individuals who belong to a particular religion. They were asked about their religion and then shot dead. But at the same time, you have a problem with the names given to the operations. You're not focusing on the objective and the goal. You're interested in doing politics, vote bank politics. How do you respond?
The BJP in Karnataka as well as in Telangana and wherever they don't have, they are not into power. They allege that the Congress is doing the vote banks of politics, the politics of appeasement, and this is what BJP is doing in all over India. And now a terrorist group comes to India, shocks the women by asking their religion, and these people try to polarize the operation by naming it as Sindoor. So what are they trying to do? They are trying to do the similar thing what they have been doing, the terrorists have been doing. If it was you being the nationals of the country, and if you have the patriotism towards your individuals and the love towards the citizens of India, you could have named it any operation, and then you have operated it. Why only particular Hindu names? Why are you mimicking the style of the terrorists what they have been doing? They are asking the religion.
Are you equating the decision taken by the government of calling it Operation Sindoor or the decision taken by the forces to call it Operation Mahadev? Are you equating that with what the terrorists are doing? And that allegation can also be leveled against the Congress party, that you're shying away from saying that individuals who died were Hindus. Their faith, their religion is what led to them being killed.
So this is the statement wrong which has been circulating by the BJP. Just because they were Hindus, they were killed. I would like to say they were killed because they were the Indians. We stand in the front line with the nation and the security of the nation.
Mr. Junaidi, are you saying that the family members of the victims who saw their loved ones being killed in front of them, who say that they were asked about their religion, are they lying?
They aren't lying. Why were they left behind?
Are the family members lying, sir?
No, why?
Mr. Junaidi, are the family members lying that they were asked about their religion?
No, this is the fact. They were asked about their religion, and after they were asked about their religion, they were shot dead. What the question is, they were not died. They were not shot dead because they were Hindus. For your kind of information, if being a Hindu welcomes the bullets of the terrorists, then the other family members who left out were also Hindus.
Oh, so you are saying they should also have been killed. They should also have been killed.
I am not saying that.
Either you are saying that the family members are lying, or the other conclusion that you are drawing is that why leave behind the other family members? That's shocking.
Listen to me.
Mr. Junaidi, that's shocking. You would like to brush under the carpet a fact that people were killed based on religion, and you want people to believe that is not part of your politics. Jasmine Sandavalia, respond.
You know, first of all, it is so tragic that when we try and run away from the real stark reality, everybody in India knows that unfortunately those people who lost their lives were shot down because of a certain religion, and you cannot deny that. Everybody knows that. I don't know why Mr. Mr. Junaidi is trying to circumvent and digress from the issue. When, on the other hand, the Congress says that the BJP is giving Hindu names to Operation Blues, Operation Sindhur, and Operation Mahadev, it is very unfortunate. They have to understand that the cultural and heritage background of our country is deeply entrenched in our consciousness. And I also want to remind the Congress that in 1971, they had Operation Trident that reflects Trishul. What was that? We have had Operation Shakti, Operation Vijay. These are also Hindu names. And this is not because of the religion. We should not club this as an intent of that we are running down secularism, but it is an inclusive thing. After all, in army, you have to build up a morale. You have to have a resolve to go and fight. And Operation Mahadev. Mahadev is Lord Shiva.
Yes.
Lord Shiva is a huge cultural god. I'm a Sikh, but I know who Lord Shiva is. I can connect with it. I immediately connect. And so to dub, unfortunately, the Congress is not trying to understand that even in the US, even in Israel, they have their own Hebrew mythology names for these operations, and they're unnecessarily trying to make a hue and cry about something which is totally irrelevant.
Right. I want to go across to Harsh Daya. Harsh Daya, नाम में क्या रखा है people ask, लेकिन कांग्रेस पार्टी के लिए everything is in the name itself. The objective or the goal, whether it was Operation Sindoor or Operation Mahadev, what it symbolizes is not more important. But for the Congress party, you know, these are Hindu names. That is a big problem. Whether terrorists were eliminated or not does not matter.
Swati ji, I would like 2 to 3 uninterrupted minutes to put forward my point. This is a very pointless statement made by Mr. Chauhan, and it does not reflect the mood of either Hindus or Muslims of this country. India is the cradle of Hindu civilization. We cannot deny that. In the Indian subcontinent, the religion of people may have changed, but the culture remains Hindu. Look at India or Pakistan. Even the Muslims of Indian subcontinent, be it Pakistan, they still follow Hindu rituals such as Mehndi and Haldi in their weddings. No other Muslim countries have these rituals. And it is sufficiently evident that both Hindus and Muslims of this country share Hindu ancestry. So there should not be any reason for any animosity between the two. And these divisive statements are made by Congress leaders to create a divide between Hindu and Muslims, which otherwise does not exist to this level. It does exist, but not to this level. And now coming back to what Mr. Chauhan has said, I would like to ask him and other Congress leaders, if not Operation Sindoor or Operation Mahadev, should the Indian Armed Forces have named these operations after Mohammad Ghazni or Mohammad Ghori like Pakistan does? Are we a nation that celebrates its rich culture and history, or are we a nation of subdued people who celebrate invaders who subjected our ancestors to cruelty and oppression? This is a plain and simple question, if my friend can answer this.
Okay, Advocate Umer Junaidi, very quickly, also why inject religion into everything? The Prime Minister yesterday in the Parliament said after 26/11 attacks, the Congress and the opposition was interested in selling it as saffron terror to the entire world and blamed the RSS or pointed fingers at the RSS.
It is not the Congress who is injecting the politics into the operations for a kind of information and for the information of my fellow panelists. It is the BJP who has been polarizing the Hindu-Muslim politics, and they have been trying to create a difference, the fight between Hindu and Muslims.
Mr. Prithviraj Chavan a BJP leader? Is Udit Raj who said, Operation Sindoor, the name has religious undertones. Is he a BJP leader?
It is the fact. It is the fact. Just now the panelists said, Operation Mahadev, it symbolizes Lord Shiva. Being a Sikh, I can connect with Lord Shiva. Is it not a fact? It is a fact. It is a Hindu god's name. And naming an operation on the particular religion's god name is nothing but polarization of operations.
That way, then one second, then that way, one fine day, the opposition will start raising questions on why do the several regiments and battalions in our armed forces have chants about the Hindu gods? Then that way you'll start questioning every single thing in this country, Advocate Umer Junaidi. If you start injecting religion, just look around. Everything will appear. Everything will appear having religious undertones.
No, it is the BJP who is injecting politics into the operations and the military forces, and you are questioning me. But still, I would like to say that it's not about the Operation Sindhu today or the Operation Mahadev or some regiments chanting the slogans tomorrow. It is the very fact that BJP's politics is based on Hindu-Muslim, and they are trying to put their ideology on the military.
So then what is the Congress party's politics based on is a question, Harsh Daya, that people would ask. Because in the parliament, when it was highlighted that individuals who were killed because of their faith, their religion, that was completely brushed under the carpet. Then who's doing the Hindu-Muslim politics?
Swati ji, plain and simple. India is the land of Lord Shiva. India is the land of Lord Vishnu. India is the land of Guru Nanak Dev, Guru Gobind Singh. India is the land of Buddha. And there should not be any question why these operations are being named after them or are Hindu deities, because India is the cradle of Hindu civilization, of Sikh civilization, of Buddhism as well. There should not be any question. This is not a point of debate. The guy who is trying to whitewash these terrorists, he will question what the army will name its operations after. And first of all, these operations have been named by the Indian army, not the BJP government itself. All the previous operations as well have been named by the Indian armed forces, not by any political party and not by any government. And that reflects the mood of the military as well. And no person will come on national TV and then whitewash the crimes of these terrorists and say ki bhai specific.
Also, you're trivializing the entire operation and the efforts put in by the armed forces. The kind of terrain that we are talking about here, the Mahadev Hills, the Dachigam forest area, Jasmine Sandhawalia, where these terrorists were hiding, to brave all of that, to brace difficult weather and terrain, to gather inputs about the movement of the terrorists, everything about that, about the operation has been forgotten. The only focus is why this name.
Because you see, the Congress has entirely lost its plot. It has no constructive foreign policy. It is not trying to understand that what it is doing, it is damaging itself, actually. Look at Mr. P. Chandramar. Yesterday or day before yesterday, he's gone ahead and given a statement that these terrorists might have been homegrown and they might not have come from Pakistan. Does a responsible leader of his stature look, what is he reflecting? What can I say that what is Congress trying? After all, he's been a cabinet minister for more than a decade and he is in the inner coterie of the Congress. Then on the other hand, I want to raise up just one point. That is, prior to the BJP-led governments at the center, why was the Congress naming Operation Ganga, Operation Shakti, Operation Chandravan? Because it is the mythology, the heritage, like Mr. Harsh Daya has said. After all, it is a civilization.
Absolutely. Also, people may forget symbolism. But what people will remember is that we have been able to avenge this. That we have been able to kill those terrorists who targeted innocent individuals and claimed 26 lives. That's what people are going to remember, the objective and the goal that was achieved, not the politics and not the symbolism. Thank you very much, Ms. Sandhawalia and gentlemen, for joining us on the broadcast.